Chapter 3, Synthetic Fibers and Plastics. You have read in previous classes that natural fibers like cotton, wool, silk are obtained from plants or animals. The synthetic fibers, on other hand, are made by human beings, and that is why these are called synthetic or man-made fibers. So I have created a chart in which half of the chart has been done in previous standards, 6th and 7th, and today we are going to do the second half of this chart. So let us look at the chart of fibers. Now, what is a fiber? Fiber is nothing but a thread. And a thread, when you create a ball out of it, it is called yarn. And yarn is used to create cloth. And you know the uses of cloth. There are hundreds of things: parachutes, tents, clothes. Everything is made up of different types of material or different types of cloth. So fibers are of three main types: natural, semi-synthetic, and synthetic. Synthetic means artificial, man-made, and natural, you already know what it means. Natural fibers are cotton, which we grow, silk, which comes from silkworms, jute, which is a plant we grow, and wool comes from lambs. Lambs is a natural thing, agriculture is natural, and silkworms are also natural. They all are natural fibers: cotton, silk, jute, wool, which is not a part of syllabus in 8th standard. The chapter starts from rayon. And why is rayon semi-synthetic? Semi matlab आधा, 50-50. आधा natural, आधा synthetic. The reason is the raw material of rayon is plants. But we don't get it directly from plants. We need a factory, lot of processing, technology, use of chemicals, and then we make rayon. Therefore it is called semi-synthetic, 50-50. आधा नेचुरल क्योंकि रॉ मटेरियल प्लांट्स में से आता है, फिर उसको प्रोसेस करके रेयन बनाते. एंड 100% आर्टिफिशियल और सिंथेटिक इज नाइलॉन, एक्रेलिक, पॉलिएस्टर. नाइलॉन, एक्रेलिक, polyester. And polyester fiber has two types: terylene and PET. We will see all this in the next slides. First, let us understand in little more detail what are synthetic fibers. Artificial fiber matlab kya? A synthetic fiber is also a chain of small units joined together. You see this word polymer? Synthetic fiber is a polymer. Synthetic fiber is a polymer. You see polymer here? It's a long chain. Long chain of what? Of small molecules. And what are the small molecules called? Monomers. मोती की माला. तो मोती की माला में क्या होता है? There are a lot of pearls which are attached to each other. And when you attach, you get a bracelet, a bangle, a necklace, whatever you want to make out of that moti ki mala. Now, a single pearl is called monomer. And when lot of single pearls join together, it's called polymer. So monomer and polymer are two common words in science. And these small units means monomer. What is this small units? Each small unit is a chemical substance. एक molecule होता है. And that chemical substance is combined to form a large single unit, and that large unit is called a polymer. Where does the word polymer come from? The word polymer comes from poly and mer. Poly का मतलब होता है many and mer का मतलब होता है part. Many parts, polymer. and polymer is always made up of same type of units joined together. Polymers also occur in nature. For example, cotton. So cotton is a polymer, and इसका मतलब उसका कोई तो monomer होगा. What is the name of monomer of cotton? It's called cellulose, and cellulose is made up of glucose. हाँ, imagine how complex chemistry is or nature is. Plant does photosynthesis and makes food. That food is glucose. That glucose is joined with another glucose, another glucose, another glucose, and hundreds of glucose join to create cellulose. And cellulose is joined to create cotton, which we use in our day-to-day lives. The first synthetic fiber is rayon. Rayon, when it was made for the first time, people thought that it is silk, but it is not actually silk. It looks like silk, it feels like silk, लेकिन वो एक्चुअल में सिल्क नहीं है. दुनिया में प्लांट्स ज्यादा है कि सिल्क वर्म्स? Obviously, plants. Plants are available everywhere on the entire planet, but silkworms are not available everywhere on the entire planet. Therefore, rayon is very very cheap because plants are available everywhere. Silkworm में से जो silk बनता है, that is very expensive, and that is why rayon was an instant hit when it was invented by human beings. rayon का दूसरा नाम है artificial silk, जो सस्ता होता है, easily बन जाता है. Natural silk is made from silkworms in China. Not everywhere in the world we can make good silk, and that's why rayon is a super hit. Everybody can make their own rayon and feel as if they are wearing silk. How is rayon made? Rayon is made by chemical treatment of wood pulp. I was telling you, टेक्स्ट बुक में लिखा है सिंथेटिक फाइबर, तो जब कोई एग्जाम में पूछेंगे डैश इज अ सिंथेटिक फाइबर, यू कैन राइट रेयन, बट इन रियलिटी रेयन इज सेमी सिंथेटिक बिकॉज उसका आधा रॉ मटेरियल वुड पल्प वो नेचर में से आता है और बाकी का केमिकल ट्रीटमेंट आर्टिफिशियल है. दैट्स व्हाई इट्स कॉल्ड सेमी सिंथेटिक. इट इज cheaper than silk. It can be dyed in various colors. You can already see how beautiful the colors are, and there are thousands of colors in rayon, which means it can be dyed. Dye matlab color. And it can be mixed with cotton to create bed sheets, and it can be mixed with wool to create carpets. So rayon has lot of uses. Main use is making cloth, and that cloth can be used for making curtains, bed sheets, clothes, carpets, sweaters, etc. This is the process of making rayon. Cellulose is the monomer. We already discussed what is monomer. Monomer means one part or one single small unit. एंड बहुत सारे मोनोमर्स जब ज्वाइन होते हैं, तो ये देखो सेल्यूलोज नंबर 1, सेल्यूलोज 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When a long chain of monomers is joined, what is created is a polymer, और this is chemistry. रियल लाइफ में एक धागा होता है, तो ये ब्लू कलर का थ्रेड इज अ थ्रेड ऑफ रेयन, which is a polymer made up of a monomer called cellulose. And this photograph shows you how it is made. It's a basic overview. बहुत सारे प्लांट्स में से बना सकते हैं. यहाँ पे बैम्बू प्लांट का एग्जाम्पल दिया है. So bamboo plant is harvested, you cut it and take it to the factory. Then you process it by adding chemicals and create fiber. Fiber એટલે दोरो, पतले पतले धागे होते हैं. वो पतले धागों को मिक्स करके you make yarn એટલે फिंडलू, और यान में से बनता है फैब्रिक, और फैब्रिक की सिलाई करके हम जो मर्जी चाहे बना सकते हैं.
May it be the era of kings and queens, or maybe today's modern world. Silk has always been the choice of several people for all the wonderful qualities it has. Since ancient times, textile industry has been ruled by silk. However, being in demand does not mean it is easily available and economically viable. Yes, it's not easily available and is expensive. This has made people search for alternatives. And finally, this search was concluded when an artificial fiber resembling silk was synthesized. Hang on, does that mean we find synthetic fiber which is like silk? Of course, yes. And what do we call it? It's known as rayon. Have we come across this fiber? Of course, yes. It has got several daily life applications. From the fabric we use to make various outfits to the bed sheets used by us, it is used in many applications. But if we say that it is synthetic and at the same time has appearance of silk, then how exactly is it made? Let us know this first. It was in the end of the 19th century that the silk availability was a concern due to its extremely high cost. As a result, many chemists began finding an alternative to it. Finally, after many successful attempts to make something close to silk, a type of rayon got introduced in France. In around 1889, a French industrialist named Hilaire de Chardonnay introduced the Chardonnay silk, which was the first ever man-made rayon manufactured at industrial scale. Since then, many varieties have got introduced that have the appearance of silk but are actually rayon. But how do we exactly make such a beautiful fiber? The commencing material is cellulose. Wait a second, cellulose is what we find in plants, right? Yes, usually wooden pulp is used as a source of cellulose. This is converted into soluble compound that is further pressed with force through an instrument having fine holes. What will be the result of this? Yes, thin fibers will be formed. These are further treated with chemicals and at the end, rayon fibers are obtained. Now you may wonder that even if we process it, the starting material still remains natural. The starting material I'm talking about is cellulose. So how can we say that it is synthetic? You are on the correct track. This is exactly why rayon is not considered to be entirely synthetic. In fact, rayon is known to be semi-synthetic. That is partly natural and partly synthetic. Now we have been talking about this artificial silk for quite some time. Can you tell me where exactly we use it? The major use of rayon is in making clothes. Yes, rayon can be blended with many dyes to get vibrant shades, which is why it is widely used in the textile industry. Not only clothing, but it can also be used in making bed sheets when mixed with natural fibers like cotton. Can we mix it with any other natural fiber as well? Yes, rayon can also be blended with wool. This helps us get soft, shiny fiber that can be used to make carpets. Now you may be wondering if we can use rayon to make some tough material that has great strength. Well, tensile strength is not the property of rayon. In fact, it is best exhibited by the fiber nylon. But to study it, you will have to watch our next video.
Nylon. In 1931, for the first time, somebody created 100% artificial fiber. 100% artificial means absolute no use of plant and animal. And both plants and animals are part of the natural world. तो हमने नेचर में से नेचुरल चीज कुछ नहीं उठाए, प्योरली केमिकल्स मिक्स करके हमने नायलॉन बनाया था. बट किस में से बनाया था? देयर हैज टू बी सम रॉ मटेरियल टू मेक नायलॉन. द रॉ मटेरियल वाज कोल, water and air. So no living plant or living animal was touched. It was made from coal, water and air in 1931 for the first time. Therefore, it is the first fully synthetic fiber on the planet. Properties of nylon. Nylon की qualities क्या है because of which it is a super hit? The properties are: it is strong. It is so strong that if you compare the same size of nylon wire with same size of steel, nylon is stronger. Yes, that's nylon. Very, very strong, stronger than steel. It is elastic. थोड़ा थोड़ा खींच सकते हैं हम. It is lightweight. वजन नहीं होता है. It is lustrous, means it's shiny. It's very easy to wash. And the uses of nylon, where do we use nylon? At many places. Making socks, ropes, tents, toothbrush, car seat belt, sleeping bags, curtains, parachutes. Ropes आ गया वापस, and it is stronger than steel. So use these photographs to remember nicely that nylon is used in making ropes, threads, thread में से fabric, fabric में से कपड़े, nets, clothes, umbrellas, fishing nets, and fiber. So there are literally hundreds of uses of nylon, and therefore nylon is a very important part of our day-to-day life. This is a nylon factory. Because it's an artificial thing, it's not easy to make. घर पे नाइलॉन बनाना शुरू नहीं कर सकते. कोल मिलता है दुकान में, पानी और हवा है, बट नाइलॉन नहीं बना सकते. नाइलॉन इज अ वेरी हाई टेक मटीरियल विच रिक्वायर्स अ बिग इंडस्ट्री टू बी मेड.
If I ask you if there is any thread stronger than a steel thread, you would definitely say no. But there is an artificial thread used in fabrics that is stronger than a steel thread. Wait a second. How can a fabric thread be stronger than a steel thread? Let's find out. A miraculous fiber known by the name nylon is what we are referring to. Yes, it is the fiber that is used in several applications, right from making clothes to making durable ropes for trekking, and has always been in great demand. Nylon is the first ever fiber that is completely synthetic. Unlike rayon that uses cellulose as starting material, nylon employs coal, water and air. But how exactly did nylon come into existence? It was after World War I that an American company started research for making various fabrics that were strong, elastic and durable. A Harvard professor named Wallace Carothers, along with his team, was successful in inventing a polymer that was highly elastic, very strong, and at the same time extremely durable. This was synthesized using basic components like coal, water, and air. So can you guess what this fiber could be? Yes, it was nylon. However, there were several modifications made later to this piece of work. Nylon was thus the first synthetic fiber produced, as it did not use any natural raw material like plant or animal parts. Can you guess what the first application of nylon was? It was used for making toothbrush bristles. However, later it was widely used for making ropes used for climbing mountains and also in making parachutes. As years passed by, there were several modifications made in nylon. What did this lead to? It helped increase its applications. So nylon was also employed for clothing. Its appearance along with the transparent nature was useful in making several varieties of clothes. Characters like lightweight, shiny appearance along with the ease to handle and wash the fabric made it a choice of garment makers. And now we find nylon being used to make almost every item that we use daily. Blending nylon with many other types of fabrics can help us obtain materials that can have wide applications. No wonder why nylon continues to be the choice of many since ages. However, nylon is not used to make warm clothes. Yes, warm clothes are required not only for a particular season, but also throughout the year in many parts of the globe. So what then? We have wool that can provide us fabric to be woven into warm clothes. However, along with being expensive, it is also not available easily. So shouldn't we study a synthetic fiber that will suffice the need? Yes, so do watch our next video to know more.
Next artificial fiber is polyester. Poly matlab many or ester is a name of the monomer. Once again, remember monomer and polymer. Let's quickly revise. If I say the monomer is cellulose, then the polymer will be what? Cotton. If I say the monomer is pearl, the polymer can be what? A necklace, just an example. And if I say the monomer is ester, then the polymer will be called polyester. Polyester मतलब बहुत सारे esters. So polyester is another material which is 100% artificial. Poly means many and ester is a type of molecule. If we mix polyester with wool, what we get is polywool. And if we mix polyester with cotton, what we get is polycot. तुम्हारे हर कपड़े के ऊपर एक लेबल होता है और लेबल के ऊपर इट्स अ रूल जनरली that you have to write whether it is made up of 100% cotton, 100% polyester, nylon, 50-50, 30-60, जो भी मिक्सचर है वो लिखते हैं because it is important for the consumer, user to know. पता होना चाहिए कि तुम क्या पहन रहे हो. So polywool and polycot are possible by mixing with wool and cotton. Esters have a fruity smell. Ester क्या है? The monomer, the single molecule which when joined creates polyester. So esters have nice fruity smell and they are liquids. But वो liquid को mix करके chemical factory में धागा बना के कपड़ा बना देते हैं. Properties of polyester. Now what is so good about polyester is it does not get wrinkled. Look at this cotton handkerchief. It's fully wrinkled. ચોળાઈ જાય, આમ કરો તો ડૂચો થઈ જાય અને પછી એ કરચલી જાય નહીં, ઇસ્ત્રી કરવી પડતી है. But the beauty about polyester is it does not require ironing at all. પોલિએસ્ટરનું શર્ટ પેન્ટ કે જે પણ હોય એ ધોવામાં નાખો, વોશિંગ મશીનમાં ફેરવો, હાથેથી નીચવો, એક ઝાટકો મારીને સૂકવી દો. સુકાયા પછી when you take it, it is absolutely ready to be worn. कोई ज इस्त्रीની જરૂર નથી. इनफैक्ट पॉलिएस्टर को अगर बहुत गर्म इस्त्री अड़ा दी तो पिघल जाएगा because it's an artificial fiber. So you have to be careful while ironing polyesters. So first advantage, it does not get wrinkled. It remains crisp. It is easy to wash. What are the uses of polyester? Number one, for making dresses, kapda, clothes, shirts and many different type of clothes. Textbook में इतना लिखा है, but actually polyester has literally hundreds of uses and 100 uses cannot be remembered. So textbook में सिर्फ इतना लिखा है that polyester is used for dress and shirts and clothes, but I have given more examples in the photographs which you can see. The first is polyester is used for making cloth, और ये cloth में से तुमको जो बनाना है बना सकते हो. This is also cloth. These are carpets. Polyester के carpets या पग लुछानियों के या mats वो बन सकता है. This is a t-shirt from which polyester is used to make this t-shirt. Drinking bottles are made up of polyester. Containers are made up of polyester. Packaging goods, trays, thali, insulation in the walls, clothes, jackets, raincoats, wind shitters, and carpets. So there are a lot of uses of polyester. Try to remember all of them through this video. Now, there are two types of polyesters mentioned in the textbook which you have to remember. The first type is called terylene. And terylene is a type of polyester which is used for clothes. કપડા બનાવવા માટે સ્પેશિયલી વપરાય, that's called टेरिलीन. और एक दूसरे टाइप का पॉलिएस्टर होता है कॉल्ड PET, पेट, पॉलीइथिलीन टेरेप्थलेट. स्पीक विथ मी, पॉलीइथिलीन टेरेप्थलेट. Polyethylene terephthalate, short form is called PET, and PET is a material used for making bottles, utensils, films and wires. Films એટલે movie નહીં. Films means thin sheet of plastic like material which is made up of PET. What is ester? This is extra. ये कुछ बाय हार्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. एनी केमिकल फॉर्मूला और केमिस्ट्री इज आउट ऑफ सिलेबस. इट्स जस्ट एक्स्ट्रा नॉलेज आई एम गिविंग यू. तो एस्टर कहाँ बनता है? फैक्ट्री में. और एस्टर बनाने के लिए दो केमिकल चाहिए. पहला एसिड और दूसरा एल्कोहल. सो यू सी दिस बीकर, इट्स अ लिक्विड, just blue color for symbol, it's an acid, and this is a liquid, red colored, it's an alcohol. और बहुत बड़ी फैक्ट्री में, केमिकल फैक्ट्री में, बहुत बड़े बड़े मशीन्स में कॉम्प्लेक्स तरीके से when acid and alcohol are mixed, the result is ester, and this is the molecular structure of ester which you don't have to by heart. And when hundreds of esters are joined, ester number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 and so on, we get polyester. और जब पॉलीएस्टर का धागा बनता है, फिर वो सिंगल धागा हो या बहुत सारे धागे मिक्स करके मल्टीपल धागा बनाया हो, वो धागे को बोलते हैं पॉलीएस्टर यान, जिसमें से कपड़ा बनता है और कपड़े में से सब कुछ. That's the story of polyester. Acid plus alcohol is ester, and ester joined together is polyester. Acrylic. This is, so first we did nylon, the first artificial fiber, rayon, semi-synthetic, nylon 100% artificial, polyester, और ये चौथा है acrylic. Acrylic has a very wide use again, hundreds of uses. और टेक्स्ट बुक में जितना है उतना याद रखना है, बाकी सब जनरल नॉलेज है. एक्रिलिक लुक्स लाइक, फील्स लाइक एंड वर्क्स लाइक वुल. सिल्क वर्म मेक सिल्क, बहुत महंगा है. रेयन आर्टिफिशियल और सस्ता. सिमिलरली द लैम्स गिव यू वुल बट इट इज वेरी एक्सपेंसिव. गुजरात में कहीं पे भी कोई लैम्प का कोई वुल नहीं बन सकता, बिकॉज वुल इज एन आइटम मेड इन कोल्ड कंट्रीज, कोल्ड रीजन्स. बट फिर भी गुजरात में जब ठंडी पड़ती है तो स्वेटर चाहिए. कहाँ से लाएंगे इतना वुल? 6 बिलियन पीपल ऑन द प्लैनेट रिक्वायर्स बिलियंस ऑफ स्वेटर्स. इतना वुल हमारे पास नहीं है. तो क्या करेंगे? वी हैव मेड एन आर्टिफिशियल फाइबर कॉल्ड एक्रेलिक विच एग्जैक्टली वर्क्स लाइक वुल. इन फैक्ट गो टू एनी सुपर मार्केट एंड पिकअप अ स्वेटर जो सस्ता है, महंगा नहीं, सस्ता स्वेटर, guaranteed it is 100% made up of acrylic. तुमको लगेगा ये वुल है इसलिए स्वेटर बनाया, बट इट्स नॉट वुल, इट्स एन आर्टिफिशियल फाइबर कॉल्ड एक्रेलिक. बट ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम, यू कैन वेयर एक्रेलिक, इट्स चीपर एंड गुड फॉर द वर्ल्ड. उतने लैम्प बेचारे बच जाएंगे. एक्रेलिक इज यूज्ड टू मेक स्वेटर्स एंड शॉल्स. इट इज चीप, मेनी कलर्स आर अवेलेबल. दैट्स द स्टोरी ऑफ एक्रेलिक. यूजेस, यू सी दिस शीट्स, ये प्लास्टिक जैसा लग रहा है और तुम्हारे हाथ में मैं दे दूं तो भी प्लास्टिक ही लगेगा, बट वेरी फ्यू पीपल वुड अंडरस्टैंड दैट इट्स नॉट नॉर्मल प्लास्टिक, इट इज एक्रेलिक. और एक्रेलिक की शीट आती है जिसपे से बड़े बड़े होर्डिंग, यू सी दिस सर्कल 1 रिटन हियर, ये घर के बाहर या ऑफिस के बाहर बोर्ड लगाते हैं, वो है. इट्स मेड अप ऑफ एक्रेलिक. दीज आर सेट ऑफ एक्रेलिक कलर्स विच यू आई एम श्योर मस्ट हैव हर्ड. दिस इज द एक्रेलिक यान, जो वुल जैसा होता है जिसमें से स्वेटर वगैरह बना सकते हैं. सो एक्रेलिक हैज अगेन मल्टीपल यूजेस. टेक्स्ट बुक में जितने यूज है वो बाय हार्ट होने चाहिए, अदर इज जनरल नॉलेज. एडवांटेजेस एंड डिसएडवांटेजेस ऑफ एक्रेलिक. केमिकल फाइबर्स या आर्टिफिशियल फाइबर्स आर समटाइम्स डेंजरस. एंड व्हाई? आई विल टेल यू हियर. तो ये एक्रेलिक के लिए नहीं, ये सारे आर्टिफिशियल फाइबर्स के लिए. दिस इज जनरल information about disadvantage and advantage of synthetic fibers or artificial fibers. The first disadvantage risk is they catch fire very easily. मैं तुमको पहले भी कहा था पॉलिएस्टर या नाइलॉन की इस्त्री करते समय ध्यान रखना, वरना वो चिपक के मेल्ट हो जाएगा. बिकॉज इट इज फ्लेमेबल, इट कैन कैच फायर वेरी इजीली, so you have to be careful. Second, they stick to the body if it burns. In case of fire, पता है कभी आग लग जाती है, किसी के ऊपर आग लग गई कपड़े पे, तो उसको शॉल उड़ा देते. A big shawl, a कंबल, blanket is taken and wrapped around because blanket does not catch fire easily and the person is saved. But if you are wearing artificial fiber and your body catches fire, the artificial fiber will melt and stick to your skin, which is very very bad. So beware, stay away from fire if you are wearing synthetic clothes, especially in birthdays. जितने भी फैंसी कपड़े होते हैं वो ये सब सिंथेटिक मटेरियल में से बनाते हैं. एंड द फैंसी क्लोथ्स आर वोन इन पार्टीज, और पार्टीज में बर्थडे केक होती है. तो जब भी कहीं पे फायर है और तुमने सिंथेटिक कपड़ा पहना है, स्टे अवे. दिवाली में नो सिंथेटिक क्लोथ्स, होली में नो सिंथेटिक क्लोथ्स, stay away from fire. Another disadvantage is they don't allow sweat to evaporate from the body. Hence, it feels very hot. बहुत गर्मी था. This is a cotton t-shirt and cotton t-shirt is porous. उसमें ना छोटे छोटे holes होते हैं. And I can see the window, I can see the laptop through the handkerchief because it is cotton. It absorbs water. And after absorbing water, it allows the water to evaporate. So, even this little girl knows that when you are working in kitchen, you should not wear polyester clothes, because in kitchen you are always working with a flame, and polyester, nylon, acrylic, other artificial fibers quickly catch fire. Let us look at some advantages of these fibers. They are really famous, popular, cheap, durable, and a lot of benefits which comes with these artificial fibers. What are the top benefits as per textbook? The number one advantage is they don't soak water, meaning they are waterproof, and they are all like plastic. So imagine waterproof clothes, which means you can make jackets, raincoats, caps, something which will not absorb water. And if things which do not absorb water, it means they will dry quickly. There are a lot of areas in the planet where it is not very hot. The environment is cold, environment is rainy, and during these times it's a headache for clothes to get dry. In such places, they wear artificial fiber clothes. Another advantage, they don't get wrinkled, which we have discussed earlier. उनको इस्त्री करने की ज़रूरत ही नहीं है. Wash it, dry it, and quickly wear it. They are cheap, they are durable and strong. Durable का मतलब होता है having a long life. So, these are the advantages and disadvantages of using artificial fibers. This is a proper 2-mark question. Remember each and every point. Plastics. It's artificial, and plastic is made from crude oil. Millions of years ago, crude oil was created by nature, and today from crude oil we get petrol, diesel, kerosene, lubricating oil, naphtha, tar to make roads, hundreds of items, pharmaceuticals, chemicals, medicines, hundreds of items are available from crude oil. And from the same crude oil you get plastic. So this is black colored thick liquid crude oil which is sent to industries, and these industries separate them into many parts: petrol, diesel, kerosene, naphtha, lubricating oil, fuel oil, this, that, सब कुछ, और उसमें प्लास्टिक एक पार्ट है. So let us look at plastics, which are another artificial material. There are two types of plastics. Type 1 is thermoplastic, and thermoplastic has a property that it can bend easily. This remote control is made up of plastic, but it cannot bend. If I try to bend it, it will break. Mouse is made up of plastic. My pen, artificial electronic pen, is made up of plastic. I cannot bend it. But कुछ प्लास्टिक ऐसा होता है जो बेंड होता है, flexible, and this kind of flexible plastic is called thermoplastic. Second point, it melts on heating. प्लास्टिक को गर्म करोगे तो वो मेल्ट हो जाएगा. कुछ प्लास्टिक होंगे और कुछ नहीं होंगे. Those plastics which melt on heating or become soft on heating are thermoplastics. And the example is polythene, આપણી જે થેલી બનાવી એ, and PVC, full form is polyvinyl chloride. PVC is used for making pipes. So PVC and polythene are just two examples. There are 100 more examples of plastics which are thermoplastic, which bends, which becomes soft on heating. And the second type of plastic is thermosetting plastic. थर्मोप्लास्टिक की जगह पे thermosetting plastic. They do not bend, and therefore if you apply force to plastics which don't bend, they will break. टूट जाएंगे लेकिन bend नहीं होंगे. So they can break when force is applied. They don't melt on heating and they don't become soft on heating. So pressure cooker का handle होता है, that is thermosetting plastic, because pressure cooker handle becomes hot because when the pressure cooker is on, and that heat does not melt the handle. Therefore thermosetting plastics are used in places where there is lot of heat. Textbook has shown this photograph where a chair, bucket, glass, toys, they are all made up of plastics, and plastics are also polymers. So remember the word polymer. Polymer is made up of what? Polymer is made up of monomers, and monomers are small molecules, small chemicals, and there are two styles in which you can link the monomers. One style says link the monomer in a straight chain. You can see this diagram A, they all are linked in a straight chain called linear arrangement. And second option is, instead of linking the monomers in straight chain, you link them crisscross also. Not only straight chain, you link them internally, that is called cross-linked. So remember the two types of linking inside plastic, either linear or cross-link. We just discussed polythene. Polythene is a type of thermosetting plastic, and polythene comes from the word poly, matlab many, and ethene is a name of a chemical. Molecule है ethene, और ethene का structure ऐसा होता है, ethene contains one carbon, a second carbon, a bond between the two carbons, two hydrogens linked on the right side and two hydrogens linked on the left side, which is not in your syllabus. 9th और 10th में देखेंगे. फिलहाल remember that ethene is a chemical made up of carbon and hydrogen, and many ethenes joined together creates polythene, which is a polymer, which is a plastic, which is thermosetting plastic. There are two specific examples given in textbook about thermosetting plastic. The first is bakelite. तो थर्मोसेटिंग प्लास्टिक एक फैमिली है जिसमें पॉलीथीन होता है, बैकेलाइट होता है और मेलेमाइन होता है. And melamine and bakelite are two common names which even your grandparents will know and your parents will also know because they are used in day-to-day life. Bakelite की खासियत है, it's a bad conductor of heat and electricity. उसमें शॉक नहीं लगता, वो गर्म नहीं होता है. Which means the utensils, the handle of the utensils can be made from bakelite. The telephone is made up of bakelite because phone के अंदर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी होती है. अगर ये मेटल का बनाएंगे तो शॉक लगेगा. The toaster, bread toast करने का बाहर का बॉडी is made up of bakelite. The switches, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी की पावर की स्विच is made up of bakelite. Handles of utensils, etc. And what is melamine? Melamine is another similar material, cousin है इसका, and melamine resists fire and tolerates heat. तो उसको आग नहीं पकड़ सकता वो, और हीट से भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Therefore it is used for making floor tiles and kitchenware. किचन की डिशेस, कटोरी सब melamine से बना सकते हैं, and floor tiles are also made up of melamine. So remember, plastic, two types: thermoplastic, thermosetting plastic. Thermoplastic melt हो जाता है, and thermosetting plastic जल्दी melt नहीं होता है. And thermosetting plastic has two parts, bakelite and melamine. You can see this photograph where lots of uses are there of thermosetting plastic: clocks, toys, radio, toaster, bangles, buttons, telephone, toys. And melamine is tiles and utensils. This is the textbook diagram where it is showing what is made out of thermosetting plastic: switches, dish, handles of pressure cooker, plates and tiles. And what is made out of thermoplastic, जो melt हो सकते हैं: वायर का outer coating and storage containers. स्टोरेज कंटेनर को गैस पे नहीं रख सकते, वो मेल्ट हो जाएगा. माइक्रोवेव में नहीं डाल सकते, वो मेल्ट हो जाएगा. और वायर तो मेल्ट होता ही है, इसलिए आग लगती है शॉर्ट सर्किट से.
The moment we wake up early in the morning and start with our daily chores, we depend on various items. You may say there are many in the list. Yes, but most of the items used by us are made up of a single material collectively known as plastic. Yes, the toothbrush handle, the comb, plates, bottles, lunch boxes, bodies of refrigerators, water purifiers, laptops, and so many other articles. The list would be endless. So are all these articles made up of plastic? Yes, but they are quite different from each other. So how is that possible? Well, it is possible because plastic itself comes in various forms. What do we mean by this? To understand this, let us draw two figures. Can you tell me the difference between the two? Yes, the first one is linear in fashion. On the other hand, the second one is interlinked. This type is called the cross-linking type. But why are we studying these now? We know that plastic is a polymer. Now the various monomeric units in the different plastics are arranged in different patterns. And what would these patterns be? Yes, they are either linearly arranged or they are arranged in a cross-linked manner. Not only the arrangement, but even the difference in monomeric units that make up the polymer is responsible for giving us the various forms. However, plastics are usually classified in two major categories. Let us take two commonly used examples. One is the handle of our frying pan, while the other is a simple water bottle. What will happen when you heat the two? Needless to say, the bottle will melt within no time, but the handle will just heat up without much physical change. Can you tell me why? If both are plastics, then why is there so much difference? Well, that is because the two are different types of plastics. The first one, which makes up the handle, is called the thermosetting plastic, while the other type is referred to as the thermoplastic. Looking at the incidence of heating, can you tell me the basic difference between the two? That's correct. Thermosetting plastics are those which do not melt on heating. While manufacturing the particular article, when the plastic is casted into mold, it takes up the form permanently. It cannot be remolded later. The two most commonly used examples of thermosetting plastics are melamine and Bakelite. And where are they used? Melamine is known to withstand high amounts of heat. It is therefore used in making tiles, floorings, and kitchenware. Bakelite, on the other hand, is used in making handles of kitchen utensils and switches, as it's a poor conductor of heat and electricity. So this was about thermosetting plastics. What could be the properties of thermoplastics then? In contrast to the thermosetting type, these can be molded or simply melted on heating. Yes, thermoplastics can be easily bent or heated to remold it into various forms. And do we know any such type used daily? Absolutely. Polythene and PVC are the most common ones. Where do we use polythene? Yes, right from bags to the adhesive tapes, polythene is used in various forms. And what is PVC? It stands for polyvinyl chloride. PVC comes in two distinct forms. The first one is hard or rigid PVC that is used in making strong structures like construction pipes. In contrast, the other type is soft PVC, which is used for making containers and bottles used daily by us. These were a few examples explaining how types of plastics are used. But can you tell me why plastic is a choice against so many other naturally occurring materials? What properties of plastics make it a preferred material over others on the list? Well, in order to know this, you will have to watch our next video.
Plastic as a material of choice. What are the benefits of plastic? Plastic is the most loved material universally, but again the most polluting material. But why is it loved so much? Because it has many good qualities. And we will look at the good qualities of plastic, which are: plastics are non-reactive. Acid, base, soap, alcohol, chemical, anything you put into plastic bottle, nothing will happen. Why do we store our water in plastic bottles? Because plastic is non-reactive. इससे हमारा पानी पे कोई बुरा असर नहीं पड़ता है. That's why we store it in plastic. Talcum powder, plastic. Medicines, plastic. Everything we store in plastic because it's non-reactive. Second, it's a bad conductor or poor conductor of heat and electricity. That's why electronic gadgets like remote control, जिसमें अंदर cells होते हैं, electricity pass होती है, is made up of plastic. Mobile phone is made up of plastic. The touch pad, which is an electronic device, is made up of plastic because it's bad conductor of heat and electricity. It's lightweight, बहुत easy to handle होता है, वजनदार नहीं होता है. It is very strong. It is durable, long life. This remote will remain like this for 50 years and nothing will happen to it. And it is moldable. Moldable मतलब I can create plastic of any shape which I like. Let's quickly read the textual paragraph. Today, if we think of storing food item, water, milk, pickle, dry fruit, dry food, anything, plastic containers is the most convenient thing. This is because of their lightweight, low price, good strength, and easy handling. So I think we should add one more thing here. They are cheap. इतना सस्ता है कि anybody can afford it. It is lighter than metal. Plastics are used in cars, aircraft, spacecraft also. Slippers are made up of plastic, furniture is made up of plastic, decoration items. There are literally lakhs of things which cannot be listed here which is made up of plastic. So let us look at the advantages one by one in detail. Plastic is non-reactive. You know that metals like iron get rusted કાટ ખાઈ જાય. એટલે મેટલના ડબ્બામાં આપણે સેવ મમરા के चकरी भरता नहीं, बिकॉज मेटल का डब्बा 2 बार धोगे तो वो रस्ट खा जाएगा. इट विल बिकम रस्टेड, काट खाई जासे, एंड रस्ट इज नॉट गुड फॉर हेल्थ. देयरफॉर वी कैन नॉट स्टोर आइटम्स इन मेटल. बट प्लास्टिक्स डू नॉट रिएक्ट विथ वाटर एंड एयर. इट इज वाटर प्रूफ मटीरियल. उसको पानी से कोई दुश्मनी नहीं है, उसको हवा से भी कोई दुश्मनी नहीं है. सिल्वर में से ज्वेलरी बनती है. मम्मी को पूछना, सो सिल्वर ज्वेलरी काली पड़ जाती आफ्टर 1 ईयर, 2 ईयर और 5 ईयर्स. क्यों? बिकॉज सिल्वर कम्स इन कॉन्टैक्ट विद एयर एंड एयर स्पॉइल्स द सिल्वर. बट प्लास्टिक का ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. प्लास्टिक को हवा और पानी से कोई खतरा नहीं है. प्लास्टिक्स डू नॉट गेट कोरोडेड. कोरोडेड એટલે કાટ ખાઓ, જંગ લગના. And corrosion is not possible in plastic. And second, that's why it is used to store materials including chemicals. Chemical matlab drugs, and actual chemicals of chemistry laboratory, they both are, drugs means medicines, they all are stored in plastic because it is non-reactive. Second benefit of plastic, they are poor conductors. बैड कंडक्टर नहीं, पुअर कंडक्टर. गर्म तो होते हैं लेकिन बहुत नहीं. यू हैव लर्नड अबाउट दैट प्लास्टिक्स आर पुअर कंडक्टर्स ऑफ हीट एंड इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. दैट इज वाई इलेक्ट्रिक वायर्स हैव प्लास्टिक कवरिंग, एंड हैंडल्स ऑफ स्क्रू ड्राइवर्स आर ऑल्सो मेड अप ऑफ प्लास्टिक. स्क्रू ड्राइवर देखा है? उसमें टेस्टर होता है. मीन्स यू कैन पुट इट इन द प्लग एंड चेक वेदर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इज ऑन और नॉट. बट यू होल्ड इट इन योर हैंड. शॉक लगा तो शॉक नहीं लगेगा, बिकॉज इट इज मेड अप ऑफ प्लास्टिक विच इज अ बैड कंडक्टर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. हैंडल्स ऑफ फ्राइंग पैन्स आर मेड अप ऑफ प्लास्टिक बिकॉज दे डोंट गेट हीटेड क्विकली. थर्ड मेजर बेनिफिट of using plastics is plastics are light, strong and durable. Talk to your parents and grandparents about the types of buckets that were used in the past. What is the material of buckets and mugs you are using today? 30 years ago, buckets were made from aluminium. Aluminium ni balti, fix. But now buckets are made from plastic. Why? Because plastic is light, plastic is strong, plastic is durable, long life, and it can be molded into different shapes and sizes. ગમે તે સાઇઝની બકેટ કે વાટકો કે કન્ટેનર માગો મળશે, because plastics can be molded into whatever shape you want. Plastics are cheaper than other materials, and therefore they are widely used. They are used everywhere possible, whether it is industry or it is your home. Some extra information जिसमें से ऑब्जेक्टिव्स पूछ सकते हैं. डिड यू नो plastics find extensive use in healthcare industry? Some examples of their use are packaging of tablets. દવાના જે પતિકા હોય, દવાનું પેકેટ એ પ્લાસ્ટિકથી બનાવે. Threads used for stitching wounds. અહીંયા ફાટી જાય, પડી ગયો તો ટાંકા લેવા પડે, and that ટાંકા, the material is plastic. Syringe એટલે injection. Gloves of the doctors are made up of plastics, and lot of medical instruments are made up of plastic. Special plastic cookware is used in microwave ovens. Microwave has developed in last 10-15 years, and because of microwaves they have created special plastic vessels which are microwave friendly, so you can put it in the microwave. Remember, don't put any kind of plastic in microwave. Not all plastics are microwavable. Special plastics are microwavable, जिसके नीचे लिखा होता है microwave friendly. Teflon is a special plastic on which oil and water do not stick, and it is used for non-stick coating on cookwares. Go to your kitchen, at least one utensil will be there which has a black coating on top, અને એને non-stick કહેવાય. Non-stick pan, non-stick कढ़ाई, non-stick कटोरी, non-stick चमची. Non-stick का मतलब होता है it has a coating of Teflon on top of it. और टेफ्लॉन एक टाइप का प्लास्टिक है. And this Teflon does not allow water and oil to stick. And what is the benefit? The benefit is lovely tasty dosas. મમ્મી જ્યારે ઢોસા બનાવે ત્યારે ઘણીવાર એ ચીપકી જાય તો ઢોસો બનશે જ નહીં. That's why non-stick cookware is used to create nice food items. And fourth information which you should remember is fireproof plastics. Although synthetic fibers catch fire easily, it is interesting to know that uniforms of firemen have coating of melamine to make them flame resistant. So as such, the entire universe of artificial fibers and plastic is flammable. But melamine is fireproof. Therefore, the jacket of the fireman is coated with melamine so that it does not catch fire.
Imagine you're supposed to carry some goods from one place to another in a container. What type of a container will you prefer? We would firstly think whether it's light or heavy, because carrying it should be convenient. Also, being light should make sure that it's durable. And what if you notice that the container is reacting with the matter inside? That would ruin all your hard work of carrying it. So you also need to be sure that it's not made up of reactive material. How are we supposed to find all these qualities in a single container? What material can you think of when you hear strong and durable? Yes, what comes to mind is a metal container. That would be ideally strong. But wait a second. Metals have a tendency to corrode or rust easily. So what should we use then? Guess what? We have plastic that comes to our rescue. Yes, you heard me right. Plastic has most of the qualities that makes it a choice for making several articles. And what are these properties? Amongst all, we take three most important properties that make it a material of choice. Non-reactive nature, poor conduction of heat and electricity, and lastly, strength and durability. Can you tell me examples of articles where each of these properties is used? Let me help you with that. Let's begin with their non-reactive nature first. We know that metals usually get corroded or rusted easily. What does this mean? It means that in presence of air and moisture, metals have a tendency to get physically degraded or to form oxides. But plastics do not show a tendency like this. In fact, plastics do not react with air, moisture, or even with chemicals for that matter. As a result, no rust is formed. Hence, they can be widely used to store various types of liquids and chemicals. And where can this property be applied? Yes, airtight containers can be made to store food or liquid items. Does this property help us to predict another important application of plastics? Yes, in the medical field. Because they do not react easily with chemicals and are non-corrosive in nature, bottles, sachets, and strips of plastics can be used to store medicines. Along with this, even the syringes used are made up of plastic. And what about the gloves used by doctors? Yes, plastic exists there as well. Anything else that we should know? The non-reactive property of plastics is so reliable that it is used to even make threads that are used to stitch wounds. Yes, the threads used for stitches are made using plastic because it's safe on wounds. This was a short summary about the non-reactive property of plastics. Do you remember the next property? Yes, it was conduction of heat and electricity. Let's discuss this property in detail in the next lesson. Here's a list of the major factors which prove that plastic has an important place in our daily lives. However, what do we do after using the plastic articles? After we realize that they are no longer of any use to us, we throw them away, right? But have you ever wondered what happens after that? What is the journey of the plastic once it enters the garbage bin? You may wonder why is it so important to know about plastic which is waste after it's thrown away. Just think for a moment. Plastic is a type of solid waste. That means it will occupy space when we throw it away. And can we afford the consumption of space by waste materials at this point of growing population? Absolutely not. That makes us find an alternative to just dumping off the plastic. Let us think about what can be done with the plastic after we throw it away. One option is that we can burn it. What will that result in? By burning plastics, we could effectively get rid of them. This will make sure that no space will be occupied, right? Wait, just think for a moment. Is it really advisable to burn plastic? We know the fact that plastic just melts on heating. It does not completely turn into ashes. What remains behind is simply an unusable form of molten plastic. And is there any other ill effect? Yes. Burning plastics leads to release of various harmful fumes. The chemicals released can cause severe health issues in humans as well as other living organisms. So that means the option of burning of plastics is completely ruled out from our list. What other option can we think of? Maybe we can try burying the plastic in soil. Can this be a good option? Maybe yes, because that would not lead to the release of harmful fumes and neither will it occupy space. So can we bury all the waste plastic that gets generated? Wait a second. Will the microbes in the soil get affected if we dump plastic in their homes? Yes. The stress given to the naturally living organisms in the soil by plastics is quite significant. But why do they get stressed? Let me explain. We know that when organic matter gets into the soil, the microbes present will degrade it. This is called the decomposition reaction. But the reaction is possible only when we have organic matter. And as far as we know, plastics are nowhere close to being organic. Thus, their inorganic nature makes them unfit for decomposition. How do we address such substances scientifically? Well, those which can be degraded by the microorganisms are called biodegradable, whereas materials like plastics which cannot be degraded are called non-biodegradable. Thus, it is the non-biodegradable nature of plastics that do not make them fit for burial. If we still bury them, then they will only occupy space in the soil and it will also lead to soil pollution. And what's worse is that they will harm the natural microbes in the soil. So the option of burying plastics also gets ruled out. So we cannot burn them or bury them. What option are we left with then? What can be done with the plastic waste generated? Well, the simplest, most convenient and environmentally friendly option is recycling. Yes, plastic has the property to melt when heated, and the molten plastic can be further molded into different forms, right? Thus, the plastic waste can be recycled to form newer useful items. So can we say we are sorted with the plastic waste? Actually not. Shouldn't the best option be to not generate plastic waste in the first place? Don't we have a substitute for the smaller plastic items that we use daily? For instance, the bags that we use for shopping in markets. The plastic ones can be replaced with jute or any such natural material. This will help in lesser generation of plastic waste. It is our responsibility to keep the environment clean and safe for other organisms as well. And is there a better solution to this? Yes, we can keep in mind the 4 R's. And what are the 4 R's, by the way? It simply stands for reduce, reuse, recycle and recover. Isn't this principle self-explanatory? Of course, yes. It says that we should reduce the use of plastics in the first place. If we use it, then we should use it repeatedly. That is, it has to be reused. Once it turns useless, we should recycle it. That means we should convert it into a similar or a different product which is useful. And what does recover mean? There are many materials which are complex in nature. These cannot be directly recycled, so we opt for recovering the energy stored in them. In such cases, we process the materials in various stages to get the energy stored inside them. Following such rules can help us keep the environment healthy. We must not forget that our beautiful planet is shared by many other living organisms too. Keeping the environment clean for ourselves as well as for other organisms is one of our most important responsibilities.
Plastics and the environment. When we go to the market, we usually get things wrapped in plastic or packaged in polythene bags. That's one reason why plastic waste keeps getting accumulated in our homes. Ultimately, plastic finds its way to the garbage. Every day, thousands of tons of plastic waste is thrown from our homes. कुछ भी लाओ बाहर से, it is next to impossible to avoid plastic. Whether you bring medicine, cleaning agents, soaps, detergents, food items, vegetables, milk, anything you bring, 99% चीज़ों में साथ में प्लास्टिक तुम लाते हो और वो प्लास्टिक यूज करने के बाद इंस्टेंटली फेंक देते हो. सो वी आर क्रिएटिंग thousands of tons of plastic waste on daily basis because we have no other alternative. Second paragraph, a material which gets decomposed through natural process such as action by bacteria is called biodegradable. Once again, a material which gets decomposed through natural process by bacteria is called biodegradable. An unfortunate thing, plastic is non-biodegradable. प्लास्टिक को तुम ज़मीन में गाड़ दो तो वो हज़ारों साल के बाद भी प्लास्टिक ही रहेगा, बिकॉज बैक्टीरिया कैनॉट ईट इट एंड बैक्टीरिया कैनॉट डिकम्पोज इट, एंड सच आइटम्स आर कॉल्ड नॉन बायोडिग्रेडेबल. दे आर plastics basically. Since plastic takes several years to decompose, not several years, it does not decompose, remember that. It is not environmental friendly. It causes environmental pollution. So plastic is one of the biggest pollutants of nature because it does not get decomposed. Besides, burning plastic is a bad idea. The burning process in synthetic material is quite slow and does not get completely burnt easily. But what if you try to burn it in a big flame? It will start creating poisonous fumes. So never burn plastic. This is not the way to dispose plastic. प्लास्टिक को तुम एक अलग ज़मीन में एक पहाड़ बनाते रहो और जमा करते रहो. That's the only way. We cannot put it in soil. We cannot burn it because it creates poisonous fumes and creates atmospheric pollution. So what to do and how to protect ourselves from this big, huge plastic waste? Look at this table. Type of waste and approximate time for mixing with nature. Vegetable peels, fruits and leftover food, within 1 to 2 weeks it is gone from nature. कहाँ जाता है? Decompose हो जाता है. And it's a good thing. Mixing with nature is a good thing. Biodegradable बोलते हैं उसको. So the first category of biodegradable things is food items which takes 1 to 2 weeks. Paper, when you throw it, within 30 days the paper is gone, mixed with nature, biodegradable. Cotton cloth 2 to 5 months. Wood 10 to 15 years. लकड़े का टुकड़ा जमीन में डाल दो तो 15 साल बाद वो गायब हो जाएगा, which is okay. It's a natural material. Woolen clothes 1 year. Metals 100 to 500 years. Metals are non-biodegradable. Metals decompose नहीं होते हैं. मेटल की चीज़ फेंकोगे वो वैसी की वैसी रहेगी 500 साल तक. बट इट्स नॉट कॉल्ड पोल्यूशन बिकॉज मेटल्स वैसे भी ज़मीन के अंदर से निकलते हैं. आयरन, कॉपर, जिंक, मोलिब्डेनम, गोल्ड, सिल्वर, प्लैटिनम, all metals come from the earth. We use it and we throw it back to earth. It is okay. It's not pollution. But सबसे बड़ा culprit, सबसे बड़ा danger of pollution is plastic. फिर वो प्लास्टिक बैग हो या कुछ भी प्लास्टिक का हो, we don't know how many years it takes. Till date, we have not seen plastic getting decomposed. Therefore, plastic is non-biodegradable and it creates pollution. So you have to be very careful and try to use as less plastic as possible. What to do? Avoid use of plastic. बैग्स जो प्लास्टिक के यूज करते हैं, इंस्टेड ऑफ प्लास्टिक बैग्स यूज कॉटन एंड जूट बैग्स. वेन यू गो फॉर शॉपिंग, टेक योर ओन बैग. अमूल ने कैसा प्लास्टिक बंद कर दिया, पूरी दुनिया में ऐसा रूल आना चाहिए, नो मोर प्लास्टिक, यूज पेपर बैग्स और यूज कॉटन बैग्स. The biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste should be collected separately. In Ahmedabad and in many cities in India, we segregate our wastes. Dry waste, wet waste, biodegradable waste, non-biodegradable waste, plastic waste, non-plastic waste. By segregating, we are creating less pollution. Practice this in your homes. Can you suggest some other ways in which you can contribute towards reducing plastic material? प्लास्टिक को कम कैसे यूज करें, उसके उपाय ढूंढो. Think about methods, and the simplest method which nobody follows, instead of using plastic bottles, use glass bottles. Glass is more natural material. Glass causes less pollution, but कोई यूज नहीं करता है कारण के कांचनी बॉटल फूटी जाए, वागी जाए तो भागवू पड़े हॉस्पिटल. तो प्लास्टिक के इतने एडवांटेजेस है दैट वी कैन नॉट ओवरनाइट स्टॉप यूजिंग प्लास्टिक. बट why is all this in 8th standard textbook? Because plastic is choking the planet. प्लैनेट का गला घोट रहा है, एक दिन प्लैनेट मर जाएगा, साथ में हम भी मर जाएंगे. और वो ना हो इसलिए you young children are being told that in future create solution for the world. Do something so that plastic becomes biodegradable, or instead of plastic we'd use some other natural material. Other is recycle plastic waste. प्लास्टिक यूज करना है करो. टैल्कम पाउडर प्लास्टिक में आता है, तुमको और कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं है. यू हैव टू बाय इट, बट आफ्टर यूजिंग द टैल्कम पाउडर डोंट थ्रो दिस इन डस्टबिन. दैट्स अ क्राइम, दैट्स अ पाप. क्या करोगे इसका? यू विल पुट इट इन रिसाइकल बिन. पस्ती वाला ने आप ही देवा. एसी खराब होगा एक दिन, तब ये रिमोट फेंकना पड़ेगा. डोंट थ्रो इट इन डस्टबिन, गिव इट टू पस्ती वाला so that he can recycle it, because most of the thermoplastics can be recycled. Remember that. However, during recycling, certain coloring agents are added, and this limits its uses, especially for storage of food. Recycled plastic cannot be used everywhere, but it can be used somewhere. So your job is to recycle it, that's all. आगे जो होना होगा वो अपने आप हो जाएगा. And that brings us to the last thing. There are 5 R's which you have to make the motto of your life. जीवन में ये 5 R को absorb करो, use करो, follow करो, then the planet will become a better place. First is reduce. कम use करो. We are using thousands of masks every day. एक बार पहना फेंक दिया, ग्लव एक बार पहना फेंक दिया. Don't get into this culture of throwing things. When you buy things, use it as long as possible. Don't throw it, and reduce the use. Second is reuse. Whatever material you have, try to make new things out of it and reuse it. Third, recycle, which you all know. Recycling means take all the plastic, melt it, और मेल्ट करने के बाद जो एक चंक बनेगा उसमें से कोई नई चीज बना लो. Recover, you and me cannot do it. When I throw this remote control, there are a lot of things which can be recovered from it. और recover का मतलब है इसको तोड़ फोड़ के इसके अंदर थोड़ा सा कॉपर है निकाल लो, इसके अंदर थोड़ा सा एल्यूमिनियम है निकाल लो. Whatever useful thing is there inside should be taken out, and that's called recover. And last is refuse. Just say no. When I go to buy bread or vegetables, the vegetable vendor will give me polythene bag and I will refuse. I will tell him, I have my own cotton bag, put it in this. Then he will be like, સાહેબ ભીંડા અને વટાણા ને આ બધું મિક્સ થઈ જશે. મતલબ ભલે મિક્સ થાય, હું ઘરે જઈને સોર્ટ કરી દઈશ, but no plastic. So reduce, reuse, recycle, recover and refuse. Then the planet will become a beautiful place to live. This is some extra information. The first 2 paragraphs is just talking about how much plastic we are throwing, and that plastic is going into animals' food. ગાય બિચારી પ્લાસ્ટિકની થેલી સાથે રોટલી અને વેસ્ટ ફૂડ ખાય છે. We should not throw plastic. If you are giving food to the cow, make sure it's in a paper bag. Don't give it in plastic because cow does not understand and eats plastic and eventually dies. So you have to be careful. Don't throw plastic anywhere. It harms the animals. Animal फंस जाते हैं उसमें. So plastic has to be thrown properly in a garbage bag or put it into recycling. And the bottom paragraph is talking fiber wise. Wise का मतलब क्या? Wise means intelligent. And who is the wisest animal? Do you know? Any guess? It's the owl. That's what we believe. Owl is very wise. So fiber wise का मतलब है, whenever you are using any fiber, you have to wisely use it. Use your brains. Don't use it illogically. Don't throw plastic bags in water bodies. નદીમાં પધરાવા જવાનું નહીં. Forget that methodology. And if your parents or grandparents have this habit, કે નદીમાં પધરાવો, તો જે વસ્તુ પધરાવો છો, that should be biodegradable. Don't put plastic in water and don't throw plastic on the roads. Second, always carry a cotton bag or a jute bag so that you avoid plastic. And third, try to minimize the use of plastic material. टिफिन बॉक्स स्टील का यूज कर सकते हैं आराम से. मत करो प्लास्टिक का यूज. यूज स्टील टिफिन बॉक्स इंस्टेड ऑफ प्लास्टिक. Thank you so much.
Sing the Reduce, Reuse, Recycle song.
If you and me reduce our waste, the world will be a better place. Reduce, reuse, recycle too. Come on everyone, it's easy to do. When you go shopping, take a bag or two. And to all packaging, say no thank you. Reduce, reuse, recycle too. Come on everyone, it's easy to do. When you're too big to play with your toys, give them to other girls and boys. Reduce, reuse, recycle too. Come on everyone, it's easy to do. When you take your rubbish to the bin, think which one you put it in. Reduce, reuse, recycle too. Come on everyone, it's easy to do.